You're watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, Gigi's Playhouse is working to change the way the world views Down syndrome, how you can be part of the World Down Syndrome Day celebration.
And we are gaining a deeper understanding of an exhibition underway now at the Figge Art Museum. We'll learn more about the artist and the inspiration behind her work.
Plus, the Taste of LeClaire is set for this weekend, and we're going to take a closer look at the various businesses taking part with samples and fun promotions.
Welcome to Quad Cities Live on this first day of spring. It is March 20th, 4:01 a.m., official spring equinox. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kyle Keel alongside my co-host Morgan Otier. And of course, today marks the spring equinox when we receive roughly just as much sunlight as we do darkness.
Absolutely. We've been learning a lot about that this week. Not that you needed to, but me maybe. And there's no better way to celebrate the start of the spring season than with some new spring flavors, more specifically spring ice cream flavors from Whitey's.
Yeah, joining us now from Whitey's is Annika Thunberg. Annika, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's always a joy to have you.
Always a joy to be here.
Bouncing back and forth here.
We're very awkward. We are awkward.
You guys haven't even had the sugar yet.
I know.
We have not.
Hopefully it helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So we're talking about your new spring flavors. Timely. They were released today.
You know,
I mean, they're your classic.
Might have been planned. Yeah. First day of spring, we had to celebrate with spring flavors.
Yeah.
So yeah. So do you want me to start going down the list and you
Let's
guys
do
can
it.
start diving in?
1,000%.
I mean, I know you're not going to say no to that, right?
Absolutely not.
So we'll start with mango raspberry down there at the end. We have mango ice cream with a raspberry revel throughout. And it is, if you like mango, this is definitely the treat for you.
Do you?
Oh, I love mango and raspberry.
We did this last year, didn't we?
We did, and I mean,
Did you
be
still
honest.
I don't
take that one
remember
home?
what my favorites were.
These are all good.
Yeah.
They're a good refreshing start to the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very refreshing.
Claire
So,
remembered in my ear. I said, I don't remember what my favorite was, and she said, you liked the key lime pie.
some things stand out. So the key
Well,
lime pie is this
Up
one
next,
right here.
yeah, good timing. So yes, key lime pie, it's lime ice cream with our graham cracker ruffles. So
That's why.
yeah, there it is.
Yes, Morgan loves the.
I love the graham cracker, anything that you guys do.
I just need to remember to bring you a little graham cracker or Graham Central Station on the side.
Yes.
But this has a good taste of it in there.
my
I feel like
so.
Graham Central is one of everyone's favorite.
People must really, you know, when you guys do these seasonal like unveilings and you bring back these ice cream flavors, they must get like really excited about it.
People wait year round for the seasonals because if your favorite's key lime pie, you only have a very specific window to get it. So you better take advantage of it while they're here. So.
Yes.
That's
so
kind of what makes it fun. Of course, people are sad when their favorites go away for a little bit, but hopefully, they'll be coming back soon.
And I mean that Graham in there, that makes
Right?
it.
That's what I'm saying. Now I
elevates.
Now I remember why.
All right,
And
so
then
this
you have
one
a
screams blueberry.
Yep, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Super blueberry cheesecake. So that is a blueberry cheesecake ice cream with a blueberry revel throughout.
Okay.
So
You love cheesecake
I
stuff.
love cheesecake stuff. I love blueberries. I mean, let's be real. I love all
all
these
ice cream.
yeah, I don't think I've ever brought you anything that
That we didn't
you
try or didn't
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much game to try anything anyways.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so
It was very impressive.
That
Even
also
stuff that I
helps.
know not to like, I'll do it on TV. So
Yeah.
can't promise
Anything
I'll
for
always like
TV,
it,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Is
up
that
there.
a winner too?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
tied right now with key lime.
And then this one is just a classic lemon custard. So this was always my grandma's favorite. So we keep that around every year. But it's a very popular flavor and it's just classic
Kind of
and
nostalgic.
exactly.
That
It's been around for a
that
long
Do
time.
you like
Yeah.
lemon?
I love lemon.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
You've had this one? Well, I guess I have too.
I've had all four.
How short my memory is.
You're like,
Off
and I
TV.
love them
It's
all.
like a- right?
I love them all.
Yeah.
No complaints. So yeah, spring flavors are back in stores, and of course we have our banana ice cream available in quarts as well. And that all came back today, so you better hurry in and get them because
Is it
it's the
busy
season.
already at some of the stores? I feel like it's got sunny out today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as warm as it was, some days last week, but it's warmer.
The sunshine makes a
Yes.
difference.
The sunshine really
Sun
makes a difference.
helps. No, it is busy. We're no complaints here, but
I don't
things
think
are.
with Whitey's it's ever not busy. Like I think it could be the dead of winter and you just have like those diehards that are like, gotta get my
You know,
Graham Central Station.
Yes.
and thank goodness for drive-thrus, right?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've always said it is never too cold for ice cream,
No.
never too hot for hot coffee. That's just
No.
my opinion, but
Yeah, I agree.
everyone loves ice cream. So one thing that you guys have been doing lately is the treats of the month.
Yes.
And those have been
Yes.
pretty popular. So they only
They are
last a
popular.
month, so we got to get
You
these
got to get
quick.
them while you can.
Yeah.
So I did bring our March treat of the month, so we have that for another 11 days here. So again, a little bit of a time crunch on that, but we have
yeah.
our Andes mint shakes. So
Oh.
you can either get it with cream to mint flavoring or with chocolate flavoring. But
Have
I
you
hear
had
you've
these?
liked
Oh gosh,
this.
yeah. So I've had probably about 3 so far this month.
Well, here's a fourth. So-
Yeah, which one do you
Which
like
one did
better?
you
I
want?
like the chocolate one the
Okay.
best.
Okay.
And this one's a winner with my kids. You know, I was telling Morgan and Annika before the show, they're big fans of the cotton candy. I mean, what kid doesn't like the cotton candy?
Can't go wrong.
But they wanted to try my Andes mints, and they're like, Dad, my favorite's the cotton candy, but I really like this one too. So it's a winner.
It's a
with the
winner.
kids,
We'll
too,
take
yeah.
it. Do you need another bite for number 4?
I mean,
I'm
might
leaving
try
it
this
with
might
you
as
too.
well. Yeah, you can try the cream and mint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
which
you
is
really
also
like
good
color.
if you like the mint.
Yeah.
It's a good refreshing treat of the month. So we had to do something a little green and a little minty for March.
For St. Patrick's.
So,
Yeah, this is
yeah.
really good.
It is so fun to see all the people come in on the first of the month and they just say, give us the treat of the month. It's like, all right, great, we can do that. So it's always a fun thing.
No, this is very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking March Madness because I was supposed to fill out my bracket today for work. And
How'd that go?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
I didn't quite forget, but I got busy, and now I regret it because now I feel left out for like
Yeah, I'll be
the
left
next
out as well.
however many weeks.
Well, you
But
can still vote in
Yes.
our March Madness.
we
Hey,
can
there you
do
go.
the Whitey's March Madness. So there's a different theme every year, right? This is the 3rd year that you're doing it, and
That
this
is
is
correct.
new flavor madness.
It is.
So we can, have a part in picking a new ice cream flavor potentially for
And we are
Whitey's.
down to our final 4.
Final
so
4.
the final 4 that are left are peanut butter brownie, salted brown butter cookie dough, brookie, and cinnamon roll.
Okay, and
So the-
brookie, it's vanilla.
Yeah.
I'm going to read your notes. Vanilla
Yeah,
ice
please
cream
do.
loaded with brownies, cookie dough pieces, and brownie batter swirl. Are you kidding me right now?
I mean,
That has to win.
let's be honest here. All 4 of them sound incredible.
Yeah, they do.
I wouldn't be upset about any of them. No, I think, and it's just so fun. It gives everybody something to get excited about, vote on, and we have people voting constantly. I just love
good.
watching all the clicks come
Oh,
through
yeah.
and see how passionate
The
people
chatter.
are about, maybe it's cinnamon roll. Who's to say?
When
But-
is it over? So it's down to the 4. So
Yes, so we'll announce the final 2 on March 23rd, so
Okay.
this coming Sunday, and
Okay.
then the winner will be announced on the 27th. So.
Okay.
And you can
And-
vote once per day, is that correct?
Actually, you can vote as many times
Oh, you
as
can?
you want.
Okay, well, I put my
but-
vote in today, so I guess I'll go again.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
was
so that
last
was
year's
last year's
one?
winner. Yes. So last year
I
we
have
did
to
our
eat this.
retro flavor madness. So that one we just put all of old flavors that no longer were sold in our stores. So the
my
winner was
God.
peanut butter Oreo fudge. So.
And it is so good.
is this in store right now?
It is in stores right now. We brought it back for a limited time, and it still hasn't left about a year later. So
Oh, so you've had it
clearly
the whole entire time?
we have. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's been popular. So
So is it going to be a permanent menu right in there? Maybe?
we'll find
we'll
out.
have to wait and
Stay
see.
tuned. It's lasted a year, so that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah.
This is delightful. Okay, well, this has been fun, as it always is.
Always.
And for a list of Whitey's locations, they're all over. If you want to look at the menu before you go, visit whiteysicecream.com. Also, be sure to follow along on social media for, of course, the winner of the new Flavor Madness bracket. Annika, thank you so much.
Thank you
You
guys
should
for-
come back every week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come back
I
with a new
mean,
flavor.
ice cream social every week.
Ice cream
Yeah.
social every week.
Yeah.
New segment idea.
Deal.
I love it.
All right, well, we're talking all about the sweet treat. So speaking of, you won't want to miss Taste of LeClaire happening this weekend. Up next, we get a preview of the dozens of local businesses participating.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Take a trip to LeClaire this weekend for a chance to sample from 18 local businesses, from food and drinks to promotions and giveaways.
Very exciting. It is
Yeah.
the Taste of LeClaire. It's set for this Saturday from 1 to 3. Shelley Wheat is the owner of Shelley's Sweet Sensations Bakery and Eatery, and Tammy Danielson is the owner of Bella. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
2 very popular spots
Yes.
in LeClaire. So we are, so very blessed to have you
We
joining
certainly
us
are.
here today. So first, before we talk about the event, I want to talk a little bit more about your businesses. And Shelley, we'll start with you. It's actually in a new location.
It is. We're down on the main drag, 106 South Cody Road. And I now do breakfast and lunch.
Oh.
So, and
That's
I open
awesome.
up at 8 in the morning. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
So the move essentially is what has kind of enabled you to expand in the way that you wanted to.
yeah. Yeah.
And what's
it's
the
awesome.
response been like?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, has it?
Extremely good, yeah.
Great. And so we're looking at photos from inside your store and some of your delicious desserts, which you have brought with us today. So, I
gosh.
mean, these cinnamon rolls are huge.
Yeah. They're very popular.
Are they?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
saw
how
a
did
lot
you
of
get
them.
how did you get into all of this, like just incredible baking and all of this?
Well, the cupcakes and everything, my daughter, when she graduated from high school, she wanted gourmet cupcakes. So I started doing that.
yeah.
And then people was like, oh, can I buy some? So then I was like, oh, I can make money. So,
Yeah.
and then I just expanded, started doing cheesecakes and cinnamon rolls and cookies. And yeah.
And we're looking at those mini cheesecakes right
I know.
there.
Is that what these are
Yeah.
here?
So this is a chocolate turtle. We have a raspberry, blueberry, chocolate fudge,
my gosh.
and caramel strudel waffle. They're super yummy.
So good.
They
I
look
saw a lot
delicious.
of them.
I know. You should eat one.
You want me?
Yeah.
What about you? Okay, I'm gonna try. This is the blueberry one?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try the blueberry one. Because as we found out in the last segment, I'm a sucker for blueberries.
Yes.
Blueberry and cheesecake. Yes. Okay. And so now you're open for breakfast and lunch, which is
Very
really
good.
great. And I was reading just a little bit about the business. You also make soup
I
every
do,
day from
yes.
scratch, which is
Yep.
like that's me, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm the soup girly.
soup is so good.
I love that. And then these sourdough breads. So you're doing that now as well.
So my daughter's making my sourdough
Oh.
bread for me.
So
yeah.
a talented family.
Yeah, she's doing wonderful. So this one is an espresso chocolate chip,
Oh my
and this
gosh.
one is a chai seed. So
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And of course, we want to talk a little bit about everything that's on this side of the table,
Yes.
which comes from Bella. So, Tammy, tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, can I first say I've had lunch at Shelley's place a few times, and it is delicious.
Oh,
The sandwiches,
that's awesome.
That is so nice.
Thank you.
the sandwiches are very unique and stuff you're just not going to find everywhere else. So
That's
You
great.
gotta try it out this
Well,
weekend.
that
Yeah.
right there is
Yeah.
a reason to go and try it out.
yeah, so I own a gift shop in LeClaire named Bella, and so I have just a few of the items that you can buy
Yeah.
that are gift items. But I also sell some beer breads.
Ooh.
And some savory crackers that just have a lot of fun flavor, some flavor punches to them.
Those are great.
And then these are fireside coffee mixes, which have many different flavors for coffee choices, and hot chocolate and chai I also
really?
sell. And then these are my hot sauces, and they go over really well.
oh, I bet.
Look at that. Okay.
Yes, and you can
Reaper.
taste sample those when you come into Bella. And yeah,
Reaper, yeah, I want to try that one.
there's
Oh,
even a
that's very
cute little
cool.
box I didn't bring today. I should have that you can bring. It looks like a military box that you
Oh.
can put your
Gosh.
hot
Yes,
sauces in.
so it's a veteran-owned business
It
that
is.
you are
Oh,
sell.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I have to say I've been to Bella before. It's one of the most amazing gift shops, I will say, because you brought like I would say a 1/100th of the things that you
Got
can find
variety.
in that store. Yes, and so it's one of those great spots. Like you could be looking for something for yourself, whether it's like home decor or something along those lines. But if you're looking for a gift for someone, it is one of those spaces where you're going to find that unique item.
Yeah.
How are you able to do that? Like curate all of that and make your shop feel like it's a little bit different from all the other gift shops out there.
Yeah, I do a lot of shopping online, but I also go to a market once a year, and,
Okay.
and that I find a ton of, and that's where you see the new things that are coming out and
Yeah.
the fun things to try.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Tammy, you're one of just more than a dozen businesses partaking in Taste of LeClaire. So what can people expect as they come down to LeClaire this Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, as we were talking about, I think the weather's going to be good and sunny.
Yeah.
But there are just so many businesses that participate, and it's so fun. And I just think in any store you're going to go into, I think one of my friends, Ember on the Hill, she's having maybe a coffee tasting in her store, this special kind
nice.
of coffee. And I don't know if you've heard of many other things going on, but
Well,
it's
I
just,
saw one of the businesses on the list. I mean, I've got it in front of me, so I can cheat. But one of the businesses on the list is actually giving away items from your like cookies that you make.
Yeah, sugar cookies.
It's
yeah.
sugar cookies.
cool.
Yep.
I think it's antique archaeology.
It is, yes.
So I mean, that's got to feel pretty good too.
Yeah.
Where they're like,
It
I want to
does.
participate in this
Yeah.
this Taste of LeClaire event, but I'm going to take Shelly's cookies and I'm going to hand them out to everybody. So I
Get 'em in
love
the door.
Yeah, because of course antique archaeology, they don't make drinks and they don't make food, but they
Yeah.
still want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I think that kind of speaks to really the group of business owners that you guys have there.
We all support each other because it's a must. So yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Very cool. And a lot of promotions and things like that are going to be going on as well. So just a really big draw to get people to LeClaire, although it shouldn't take much to want to come to LeClaire.
Always something going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, the Taste of LeClaire is set for this Saturday, March 22nd from 1 to 3 p.m. Again, we have talked about 18 different businesses participating, so if you want to stay up to date on what's happening in LeClaire, you can go to visitleclaire.com/events. And of course, you want to check out Tammy and Shelly at their stores and just get a look at just a sampling of what they have to offer, because I mean, this bread, I can't stop looking at it.
It's incredible.
It smells delicious.
Super good.
Yes,
Very
we really
nice.
appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
welcome.
Well,
Thank you.
still to come, large-scale art creations are on display at the Figgy, and there's quite a backstory to these pieces. We'll learn more about the artist who paints with beads and her inspiration next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
There is a special celebration happening tonight at the Figgy Art Museum. It's an art talk with a guest speaker connected to an exhibition underway right now. Dr. Petrushka Moyes comes to us from Grinnell College, where she is a cultural and community-based digital curator. Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you. It's really exciting when a speaker like yourself can just stop by the show and give people a little bit more insight that they might be craving before they head to an event like this one. You are also an assistant professor. You are an artist yourself. So tell us a little bit about your background and just the work that you do at Grinnell College.
Okay, thank you so much. I am new to Grinnell. I came here in 2020 right after I finished my PhD in cultural design, and I was awarded a Mellon Grant to work with the Grinnell College Libraries and the Waterloo Center for the Arts, because the Waterloo Center for the Arts has the largest collection of Haitian art in the world.
Does it really?
And
that's your focus?
That's my focus.
Okay.
And my responsibility is to create the digital catalog.
Okay.
So in the past 4 years, we've been working on building the Haitian narrative, and Iowa has a beautiful collection within the Figgy as well as the Waterloo.
Yeah.
And it's an honor tonight to talk about Milan Constant.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. And tonight, yes, there will be kind of an opening celebration for one of the artists that you just mentioned. So tell us a little bit about your connection to that artist. And this is what, the Drapo exhibition? Am I saying that correctly?
Drapeau.
Drapo.
Drapeau.
Drapo. We'll work
And that
on
is
it.
the French word for flag.
Oh, then I should be better at that. Canadian. Okay, so yes, tell us a little bit about how you were connected to all of this. Obviously, you just said your focus really is Haitian art, so you must be just ultra familiar with this artist.
Yes, I've even had the pleasure of meeting her.
Wow.
By chance. And so Drapeau is an art form within the Haitian culture of where it's seed beads sewn to canvas.
Oh, wow.
And so when you go to the Figgy, what you're going to be looking at is these beautiful tapestries made of seed beads and sequins.
Oh my goodness.
And so Milan Constant is a trailblazer and a culture baron. She has elevated what we would have in the past would have called just artisan crafts work to high design, to high art, because her art forms and her style, she's taking a traditional French technique of tambour. Usually one would associate that as the brocade that's put on wedding dresses.
Yep.
And she's able to apply this to these flags, where it really tells the narrative of the Haitian culture and the Voodoo culture. So the beautiful way that she aligns these colors and these patterns gives us a wonderful inventory.
Yes, they're beautiful, and we're just looking at everything on a screen right now and not in person. You just mentioned Haitian Voodoo. How can you explain a little further how that is represented in Constant's work and what it actually is for people that are just really unfamiliar with that?
Right. Haitian Voodoo is some people would say some would say it's a religion, some would say it's a belief, some people would say it's a way of life. Yeah. So Haitian Voodoo developed in the island of Haiti during the colonial period. It's been in practice, and it came from West Africa. So in West Africa, it was practiced as Vodun.
Okay.
And when we had the amalgamation of cultures, then it was a merge of really 53 different religions that came together, right, beliefs. And Vodou is really in this basic, because we're short of time, and I don't want to get into my platform of being a professor.
No, you're fine.
I would say that Vodou is the respect of nature.
Okay.
It is looking, the principles of voodoo is that we venerate our ancestors. We honor our ancestors. We, most people would think that voodoo is polytheistic. It is not, it's monotheistic. We believe in bon Dieu, which is another way of saying good God. So it's seeing God as the center, and that our Luas, our deities, God is so busy taking care of the world that we need intercessors, we need middlemen, and then we have our ancestors. So in Vodou, there is no Adam and Eve story. There is no building of shame, in the sense, as so associated sometimes with Judeo-Christian faiths. The belief is that we transition. And that we cross the waters and we go back to Guinea, which is Africa. And so we believe that our spirits leave and that we continue as ancestors looking over our families.
So, and we can see all kinds of this storytelling in this work, which, you know, really connects the dots. Now, whether somebody is very familiar to art in general or they are new to Haitian art, what do you think people are going to find the most fascinating specifically about this artist and the work that they're going to see?
I think that if you're new to this, it would be interesting to kind of walk in and see how vibrant the room is. And how, when you walk up to the work, how each individual bead is sewn on. I think that for those who have an appreciation of art, what will draw you to this is, especially those who work in quilt, would be very interested in understanding how the positioning of Milan's style. Each flag maker has their own particular style, and we'll see that in the way that you look at the leaves, the way that she does a herringbone pattern. It really reflects the movement of these trees.
This sounds very, very interesting. Really an exhibition to go see, and tonight is really the night to see it. Of course, you'll be able to see it a lot more often and a lot longer than that, as it will be in the Figge, but you are going to be speaking tonight, and I feel like you've already given us so much insight into this type of artwork and this artist specifically. The opening celebration is actually part of Thursdays at the Figge. It's an initiative really offering all guests free admission regardless of membership to the museum. Again, a great night to be there. And you will be speaking about 6:30 this evening.
That's
from
correct.
what I understand. Doors open at 5:30. If you want to learn more, just visit figgeartmuseum.org. Petrushka Moise, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Still to come in our second half hour, a new support group and resource for moms. We will learn about The Village at the YWCA in Rock Island. And Gigi's Playhouse will join us. We'll have a closer look at the free educational and therapeutic programs they offer, plus how they're celebrating World Down Syndrome Day tomorrow.
And some of us woke up to snow on the ground, but with that March sunshine, the snow is disappearing and there's not much in the forecast. None in the forecast, spoiler alert there, but we do have a little bit of rain to get through over the next several days, and we'll detail that coming up in your First Alert forecast after the break.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
Certainly nice to see the sunshine after the very active weather that we had yesterday, from the hail, the gusty winds, the very heavy rainfall, the dirty rain, and then of course ending with the snow. But notice on our Everywhere Camera Network, no snow left on the ground because of that March sunshine. But let's take a look at some of the snowfall totals that we did get across the TV6 viewing area. Didn't get many reports, but most reports came in about a ½ inch to just about 3 inches. Biggsville Roseville there in Henderson County, 2.6 inches, about 2 inches in Burlington and Galesburg. Carthage, Illinois getting 1.5 inches, 0.8 officially at the airport in Moline. Davenport getting a ½ inch of snowfall. So yeah, just enough to maybe have to scrape off your windshield a little bit earlier this morning. Let's talk about the seasonal snowfall though. You know, the season, of course, spring has started, but the snowfall season actually runs from July 1st through June 30th. And this is just for climate purposes to keep track of things. So, so far this season, we've had 7.9 inches. Normally to this date, we should have 33.9. That's a difference of 26 inches of snow. That's our deficit. We're definitely not going to catch up here this year. However, if we do not get any more snow through June 30th, well, let's just say through April, it'll go down as the least snowiest in history. The least snowiest right now is 9.9, set back in 1936 and 1937. But just to show you the difference in the snowfall amounts, I've put up a comparison between Moline and Davenport. 15 miles is what separates these two sites, and we've got 7.9 in Moline for the season, over a foot there in Davenport. So that's why forecasting snow and the amount you're going to get from neighborhood to neighborhood can be a little bit tricky in the winter. Poof, there goes the snow. With the sunshine that we've had today, you can see the snow cover getting smaller and smaller as the day goes on, so very little of that is left. However, where we had upwards of a foot of snow for that blizzard in portions of southern Minnesota, portions of Iowa and Nebraska, that snow remains, and that's with those very cold temperatures, at least compared to yesterday in some locations. We have northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Quick check in the next 24 hours, nice and quiet. We've got increasing clouds here tonight, which will lead to increasing temperatures toward daybreak. Tomorrow, we're actually going to get fairly warm, a lot warmer than today. We're talking temperatures back in the mid to upper 50s. Some areas touching 60 degrees. We're dry during the day, but as we get to the evening, we're going to start to track in a few scattered showers here. So after 5 or 6 o'clock, plan on just a couple of showers, maybe a few wet snowflakes mixed in here to the north here after sunset. Those get out of here by midnight, and we'll be left with dry conditions here as we head into the day on Saturday. Any rainfall should generally be around 1/10 of an inch or less. And then the next 7 days feature up and down temperatures and, you know, up and down rain chances, if you will, off and on rain chances. There you go. We'll be in the low 50s Saturday, bouncing back to 60 on Sunday with a chance of rain. And then we're back to the mid 50s, which is right around where we should be for this time of year as we head into next week. So overall, Morgan, the next 7 days, I guess pretty typical of what you would expect during spring. Luckily, we don't have any red bars here, which indicate a first alert day.
Right.
So we kind of get a break from the really active weather.
Yeah, especially you guys. You guys need a break. You were up there all day yesterday.
Lots of different weather. I mean, even from like the dirty rain, that just kind of threw everyone off. And
that was weird.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy you guys explained it because we got so many questions from people yesterday.
Yeah, we did. And, you know, and by the way, that's probably going to happen again if the southwestern U.S. doesn't get any appreciable rain to kind of settle all that dirt. Any storm that develops that way and moves our way will likely bring
So don't wash your car yet.
Yeah, maybe not quite
dirty.
yet. Yeah, we'll have to wait. This next system, though, won't come from there. So I think we'll be good for the next few days.
Okay, perfect, Kyle. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we have all heard the phrase, "it takes a village." It's a common saying that really emphasizes the importance of community involvement in the upbringing of our kids. With that in mind, there's a new local group called The Village where moms can come together to talk about their joys and their challenges. Jenna Panicucci is with YWCA Quad Cities, and she's joining us in the studio now. Jenna, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's so nice to have you here today and talking about such an amazing group.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear more about it. So talk a little bit about why you guys wanted to start The Village in the first place.
Yeah, so like you said, we've all heard that phrase, but we know that not everyone has a village, and while our children are our greatest gifts, being a mom can be overwhelming.
Yes.
So one of our staff members at our Empowerment Center wanted to create a group where moms could come together, talk about some of those challenges, but also create their own village.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we're both moms. I know you've got 3 kids.
Yes,
3 kids.
3 kids.
But I don't care if it's 1, if it's 5 kids. You know, there can be many challenges.
Yes.
And it is hard to not have anyone to talk about those challenges with. You don't want to seem like you're ungrateful for the beautiful family that you have or anything like that. So talk a little bit more about why this is really so important to moms to have this.
Yeah, I think it's important because it's important to have a supportive community, whether it's your friends, family, or a group like this, a space where you can come, you can vent, you can get advice, but also receive encouragement during those tough times. It's important to have a village and someone that you can turn to.
Yeah, it really is. So talk a little bit about what people can expect from this group specifically. You're going to be meeting often? Or?
Yeah. So we'll meet once a month.
Okay.
And again, it's just where local moms can come together, but each session's going to be different. They're going to be able to listen to speakers, ask questions, talk to moms, get advice, and again, just connect with local moms and create their own village.
Absolutely. And I think what's even cooler about this whole idea is you have the opportunity, of course, to talk about what's going on in family life and with the kids and things like that, but it's also a really great opportunity to make some new friends.
Yes.
And I think that is a huge part of it as well. You know, you kind of, you know, you become a mom sometimes or a parent, and it becomes very difficult. You know, you're not going out and doing exactly the same things that you used to do unless it is kid related. Parks and you know, playgrounds and things like that. So this is also a really cool opportunity to just kind of network and meet people as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you mentioned, motherhood can feel very isolating and lonely sometimes. And if you don't really have a network, it feels even lonelier. So this is a good opportunity to meet people, meet other moms, and just connect.
Yeah, it really is. So you talked about potential speakers and things like that. So what are maybe some of the topics that we might see discussed at these meetings?
Yeah, so we're still planning out the topics for the remainder of the year, but one topic that has been thrown out there is maybe like sustainable foods. Grocery prices are really high right now. Our first session is going to be the burden she carries, a dive into the mental load of motherhood. And we're going to have a diverse group of moms come and talk, and they all have different perspectives, whether it's a working mom, a mom whose job is to stay at home with her kids. We also have a couple parents who will talk about what it's like raising children with special needs. So they're all going to have different perspectives, but it's going to be something that all moms can relate to.
Yeah, that is so great. And I love that idea of having different perspectives too, because you forget to make space for that sometimes too, like depending on what's going on in your life. I mean, I know we are so in the age of social media right now, and there are so many like online groups that are really, you know, geared toward toward moms, but sometimes like there can be some differences, and you can't really see that other side unless you are really hearing from that person face to face, knowing what they're going through or relating to that person. You know, you may not think that anyone can relate to you in your situation, but you know, here's an opportunity to find out that that is not true. So you spoke about the Empowerment Center, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. So talk about the Empowerment Center specifically and just the variety of services and resources.
So we know about 33% of Quad City residents struggle to pay for just the basic needs. So that's where we kind of come in, because we want to help people and prevent them from going into a crisis situation. So at our Empowerment Center, we have free laundry, we have free showers, we have a clothing pantry, a food pantry. We also help with like jobs assistance, helping them find jobs, and whatever we might not personally be able to help them do, we have a huge resource library, and we can refer them to someone else as well.
That is so helpful to know that that's available. I don't think, you know, without you coming on here and talking about it, and there's probably so many people out there that wouldn't even know that that exists. I do want to quickly reiterate this first session for the Village. This is brand new, so in case you missed it, Tuesday, March 25th next week and Thursday, March 27th next week. The first one's at 10 a.m. and the second one on the 27th is at 5 p.m. at the Empowerment Center. That first one, though, is at the new space, right? In downtown Rock Island. Okay, that's all on your screen right now if anybody is interested. And of course, for more information about the Village, just visit ywcaqc.org and search Village. There you can find a sign-up form to attend those upcoming sessions. Jenna, thank you so much. I feel like this is going to be just a huge success.
Thank you, Morgan.
Absolutely. Still to come on QCL, we are gearing up for World Down Syndrome Day. Gigi's Playhouse is joining us next with ways to show our support.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Tomorrow, Friday, March 21st, is World Down Syndrome Day, an opportunity for all of us to look past the diagnosis and spread a message of acceptance.
Absolutely. Joining us now with ways that we can celebrate our friends with Down syndrome is Pam Lynch from Gigi's Playhouse Quad Cities. Pam, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Of course, one way to do it is to wear blue and yellow. So we've got our
blue
pants
and
on.
yellow, that's their awareness colors.
Yes, so we'll talk more on how we can support our friends with Down syndrome tomorrow. But first, let's talk about education and knowledge, because really, knowledge truly is power to acceptance. So talk about some of the lesser known facts that people might not know about Down syndrome, because I'm sure that there's some stigmas attached to it.
Sure. So we'll start right off the bat. Some people don't know what causes Down syndrome, and it's 3 copies of the 21st chromosome, hence why World Down Syndrome Day is on 3/21.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another known fact, or maybe not known fact, is that there are actually 3 types of Down syndrome.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And it's kind of dependent on how the chromosome is copied and attached. So trisomy 21, translocation, and mosaic. And you know, the diagnosis of Down syndrome does not discriminate. It can happen to a mom of any age, any social, economic background. There's no rhyme or reason. It just happens. It's not something that a parent has done to cause it. It just happens.
Yeah.
There's not a cure. There's not a prevention.
Right, and I think it's really important to reiterate that, you know, first and foremost. So, okay, let's talk a little bit more about Gigi's Playhouse.
Sure.
Special place.
Yes, it really is a special place, one of a kind for our area. So, yeah, describe how Gigi's really supports people with Down syndrome and also their families.
Sure. So, first and foremost, it's about changing the way the world views Down syndrome. That's our mission. You know, getting out into the community, doing things like this, going out into the Rotary clubs, the Kiwanis, and talking about individuals with Down syndrome and the programs that we offer. Second is the programs we offer. Free, purposeful, educational and therapeutic programs to help individuals with Down syndrome achieve their best of all, to put their best foot forward, and also advocate for themselves a little bit.
Yeah, talk a little bit about maybe a couple of the programs that we would find there. Like if folks are watching this right now and they're like, I really got it, you know, I have to get my family over to Gigi's and really take advantage of this resource. What will they find when they get there?
So we have 2 different types of programs. We offer one-on-one programs, which are literacy and math tutoring and speech and language therapy. So those happen 3 times a year. We get individuals in, we find out what it is that, do they want math, literacy, speech, do they want all 3? Get them paired up with a volunteer, and they come in once a week for the session, and then they can do that again 2 more times for the year. But it's we're not replacing the education, we're supplementing. You know, if there's something in school that they're needing to work a little bit more on, come and get some free tutoring. And on the other side, we offer group programs, which are age segmented, so infant, toddler, school age on up through adulthood, because we do serve all ages. And those group programs can vary from music, dance, fitness, kitchen, but they all are purposeful. It looks like play because it's a playhouse, but there's all purposeful progressions built into those programs. You know, the things that they're focused on.
A lot of building of these important life skills, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you know, as we mentioned, we can celebrate tomorrow by wearing the blue and yellow, but what other ways can we celebrate?
So, it's World Down Syndrome Day is Rock Your Socks. So, rock your socks. Wear some fun, colorful, crazy socks. I meant to wear some today and I forgot when I got dressed, but I did bring some. I have 3-2-1 socks that I wear every year, but we were talking about sloth socks.
My sloth socks here,
Just colorful, fun, mismatched socks. Make sure you're showing your friends, show them off. I always wear capris when I wear my fun socks. It's a good conversation starter. What's up with your socks? And then you can kind of explain. It's rock your socks. It's rocking that extra chromosome that our participants, you know, rock all year long. The big question is people say, why socks? Why? Where did that come
love
from?
when you talk about this.
So when you look at chromosomes under the microscope, they look like colorful socks. And so that 21st chromosome, there's 3 of them there for our participants. And so
I love that.
It's just a fun way, again, to start that conversation and communication and show maybe your workplace that you're supporting an individual with Down syndrome, and you know, get those conversations started.
Yeah, I love it. And what a cool, like, smart way to do that.
I love it.
We can't take credit. It wasn't a Gigi's idea, but it's the World Down Syndrome Day. It's across the world. It's not just Gigi's, so we're just here saying do it.
Yes, wonderful. Well, tomorrow, of course, is a day to spread awareness and show support, but that's something that, as you already mentioned, Gigi's does all year long. So beyond Friday, beyond tomorrow, there will be, as there always is, multiple ways to spread awareness and show support. Notably, you have the Superhero 5K that comes up in June, which of course I can only expect you'll be back to talk about before that happens. But the only reason why I want to bring it up is because I'm already seeing some families in my neighborhood that are recruiting people for their teams. to raise money. So now is as good a time as any if you're interested.
Yep, registration just opened a few weeks ago, and we kind of had a push of, we hope to have 21 fundraising teams by the 21st. We have an anonymous donor who will add $21 to each team.
Oh, wow.
As long as we reach 21. We're at 19, so we're almost there.
She's got 2 more. Come on, let's do it.
But yeah, come on out on June 7th. You can wear a superhero costume instead of socks.
There you go.
Whatever you want.
I mean, people love dressing up for their 5Ks.
Yes.
So this is perfect. Dress up as your favorite superhero. Lots going on always at Gigi's Playhouse. You can visit gigisplayhouse.org/Quad Cities to learn more about the programs we talked about, and also if you want to become a volunteer or learn more about the upcoming special events. Because Pam, I'm sure you're always looking for volunteers.
Always.
As well.
99% volunteer runs, so we need volunteers.
Amazing.
Some great organizations.
Yes, Pam, thank you so much. Thank you. Still to come on QCL, a fun new segment where we take a walk down memory lane. Stick around for Throwback Thursday next on Quad Cities Live.
Coming up tomorrow on Quad Cities Live, we are gearing up for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving, all in support of Junior Achievement of the Heartland. We'll talk about the impact of those donations.
Plus, Queen Bee Boutique will be here showing off the latest informal wear from bridal and prom to tuxedos, pageant dresses. We'll take a closer look tomorrow on QCL. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so we're doing a new segment on Thursdays now. We're going to do Throwback Thursdays, which is always fun. And part of the reason why I feel like we wanted to do this was because we're constantly talking about our kids.
We are.
And so this is just another great outlet for us to just shove that down your throat.
Or maybe go back to life before kids.
Life before kids.
And tell you what it was like before that.
Remember a Morgan before a Darby. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do Throwback Thursdays. Let's start with yours.
Well,
a little teaser.
Before the kids come, first comes love, then comes marriage. So this is a picture of my wife, Rosalie, and I in 5th grade. That's where we met at Butterworth Elementary School. I've told this story before. And so we're fast forwarding to this picture. This was taken in 2018, roughly. That is when we started to date. And tomorrow we will be married for 5 years. So yeah, 5 years. And I mean, life. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Yeah, 5 years. And it's crazy. It's a long story. I'll say we got engaged on the first day of winter in 2019, married the first day of spring because spring was the 21st that year. So there's just another fact about me. So
that's awesome. And I feel like we should have ended with yours because that's hard to you really Throwback Thursday hard.
I sure did. You went to 2018 too, though.
I did. That's weird.
We did not talk about this.
We did not plan a year, but we should do that.
We should. That would be fun.
So March 23rd, 2018. So just a few days from now is when I became a U.S. citizen officially.
Another round of applause.
Yeah. So this actually popped up in my phone, and that is the naturalization ceremony there in downtown Davenport, and a bunch of friends came. You see Kevin Phelps there. If you remember, Bailey Dietz is there. Megan, Ashley Holden, all people that we worked with here. And I was pregnant with Darby at the time.
Oh.
Yes, 2018. So she was born in August of 2018.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a big deal.
That is a big deal.
I brought with me the test that you have to take.
Yeah, the citizenship test.
The citizenship test. Thank you for finding the words for me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And it's actually not as ezy as you would think it is.
I don't know if I can do it.
All right. Thank you so much for watching.
Your News at 4 with Sharon is up next. Have a great day.